Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Eyes open wider than a crow on a wire. Plan stack high, fueled by the fire. Blueprints laid, no cracks in the seams. Future so sharp, it's cutting through dreams. Plot thick, thicker than syrup on the stove. Surviving in the jungle where the weak don't go. Vision prepared, got my mind on the grind. Every move calculated, not a second behind. Stacking up the wins while the world unaware. A king on the rise with my vision prepared. Chessboard moves, not a pawn in the game. Strategy cold like frost on the chain. Stockpiles locked, got the goods in the stash. Ready for the flood or the markets to crash. Tunnel vision sharper than a hawk on prey. Keep the wolves at bay, ain't no sheep in my way. Vision prepared, got my mind on the grind. Every move calculated, not a second behind. Stacking up the wins while the world unaware. A king on the rise with my vision prepared. Dark nights, brighter than a flare in the sky.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to MAYHEMIC Thursday, which is definitely not disappointed. Skull, welcome in, everybody. Hope y'all are doing well. Hope y'all having a fantabulous day. We got a live stream for you tonight, and there is none other guy that I wouldn't, well, there's one, my guru, my mentor, but there's no other guy that I would rather have talk about aging preppers, what we do, than the one, the only, my guy, my friend, my brother, my everything, the one, the only, Mr. Mad Shad. Good to see you, bro. How are you?
Well, hey, what you saying there, to the boy? Uh, I think I just pooped myself. Excuse me. Hi. What's up? Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Mad Shad. Thank you, brother.
Good
Thank
to
you.
see you. How you doing tonight?
Well, I am definitely filling my age. Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
filling my age.
Well,
Yeah.
welcome to the club, and we ain't getting t-shirts. Yeah, do some diff. Welcome in my personal moderator in the chat, Mr. Ghost Lincoln. Good to see you, my brother, my other brother from another mother, the one, the only, Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. Bruh, that live stream Tuesday was fire, and of course, your boy has jumped in the rabbit hole head first, and I'm not coming out until that project is complete. Skull.
Go.
As he said, this aging prepper is cooked, chat. So, yeah, good to see everybody. Rule 2IC, my brother to the south, who says he told me he's always got my six. Good to see you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Scott Hummer's in the house. Sherry's in the house. So good to see you. Grit and Grace, so good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Please tell Merle and my guy Badger that Uncle Vision said hi. Yeah. Welcome in, everybody. Dana, so good to see you. Hope you are doing well. Who else we got in the chat? Anthony, CUCV Farmer. Yardbirds is in the building. My man KP Heathen down there in New Orleans holding it down and doing what's the right thing. K's in the building. Independent, many united. So good to see you, my sister. Hope you're doing well. And everybody else that is joining us tonight, welcome, and so. All right, now there's a bit of a backstory to this topic for tonight, and I'm gonna be short and brief because for those of us that have mentors and people we go to and listen to and watch and all of that, one of mine happens to be Old Mutt. Okay, that is when Old Mutt speaks, I become quiet. And I've watched him, I've listened to him, I've had face-to-face conversations, so I can use hashtag Old Mutt's kids as well as anybody else who has met him in person and shook his hand. And if you use the hashtag and you've never met him, folks, there is a $750,000 copyright infringement fine that will be bestowed upon you. So use the hashtag at your very own caution. Rabbit, welcome. So, I watch Old Mutt and I see him on Instagram and on Facebook, the Hudson Valley group, and he's doing stuff, y'all.
Mm.
And
Always doing stuff.
always doing stuff. There he is, right there, my guy, my mentor, the one, the only, Old Mutt. So good to see you, my friend. I mean, this is a man
Scott Old Mutt.
who, at our very first bug out weekend, brought this huge steel locker, dropped it on the ground in front of me, and said, "Here, this is your problem now." And I opened it up, and it had all this gear in it.
Yeah.
And that was the beginning of the free gear giveaway concept.
Yep.
Bring some gear, take some gear. And I've listened to Old Mutt and I've watched him do things and how he does stuff. And he does things with a purpose, not just because he can do it, but because he is a senior and he does things easier to accommodate himself. My dad always said you can either work hard or you can work smart. And Old Mutt works smarter. So, I've been thinking about this topic and I said, okay, professor, I mean, this is my dude. We talk about, at my tender age of 98, I'm getting older and there's stuff that I can't do around here that, I got to call the young strapping uh boy child over who now's a man and to get stuff done. He comes over and like when we go to bug out weekend and I brought my Titan 3 solar generator. I was like, there's no way in heaven that I can lift that thing up in my truck by myself. My son said, I got this, Dad. He picked it up and put it on the tailgate. And I was like, man, to be young again. So, with that, for those of you that may not know the professor, briefly introduce yourself. Tell us a paint about yourself.
Just a pinch. Just a pinch.
Just a paint.
Just a pinch.
Yeah.
My name is Mad Shad, and I have a channel on YouTube where I discuss many topics. I have Lackluster Fridays. I'm well known for my trial by action, which is coming back soon. It's coming.
Yay.
Yep. Creek Still Flows, Sunday Reflection. Where thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, just a wide variety of topics and shenanigans and have fun and yeah. That's me.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get into this mythical aging prepper because believe it or not, folks, that is a reality.
Oh yes.
And
Oh,
and
yes.
and just to show you, here's the litmus test. Everybody in the chat that is over the age of 50, put a 1 in the chat, please. And I'll start it out. If you are older than 50, put a 1 in the chat. Yeah. Look at the ones.
Look at all those
Yeah.
ones.
All the ones. Look at that. Look at that. Canna John.
I don't feel so old now.
Yeah. Rabbit, Yardbirds, Salt Mist, Dana, Annette, Frank, Cherry, Scott, Kay, Loretta. Yeah. Lady TLW. Yeah. Michelle, Old Mutt, Gigi's Garden, Tiger. Yeah. So, that's my litmus test. And I'm not calling you out for your age, but as a prepper, we're always doing something, some type of physical labor, whatever, doesn't matter what it is, but we're getting older.
Yep.
And we got to do things smarter these days to continue our preparedness journey. Yeah. L2, welcome in. So good to see you. So let's kick it off, Professor.
Okay.
Let's talk about the aging prepper and what we do.
Okay. When you first brought this up, I'm like, wow, how apropos, because I am aging, and I am a prepper, and yeah, and I'm going through some things, man. My neck is hurting, my head is hurting, my eyesight is going, aches and pains and things that don't work anymore, things I used to take for granted, and all these. There's now physical difficulties that adds to frustration, that adds to, subpar performance, right? And so yeah, it's not growing old is not for the timid or the weak. It's really not. If you're going to continue to do stuff, right? You continue to prep, continue to train, right? And that's what a lot of my prepping is myself. And that becomes a lot harder when you're older. A lot harder. You got to do things a little differently. I have to always have these little things at me at all times because I cannot read anything. Right, my arms are not long enough. Now, my long range eyesight, fine for now, but I know that's going to go. My hearing is going to go. Who knows? My mind just might go. I mean, so I looked at it like pros and cons. Like, what are the pros and cons of being an aging prepper?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I don't know. You want to start with the pros first or the cons first?
You can do whatever you want. I want to drop this though. So this right here is wisdom. And this is what I love about us that are aging. Luke said today at the age of 60, I was up at 5 a.m. on my job site by 7:30. I painted 7 ceilings, went home or to do my greenhouse and threw chicken quarters on the grill. See, that right there is how we maximize time.
Right. Time management.
Time management and still get stuff done. And for the average 20 or 30-year-old, that's their whole day, maybe. But right, shout out to you, Luke. Appreciate you.
Right
and
on.
For all of us that are still slaying the day at 5 o'clock in the morning, 3:30, 4 a.m., getting it all done and done by 2, hats off to us and skull.
Yes, skull.
Okay, let's start with the cons.
Wow. Cons. Obviously the biggest one is the body fails. The body is going to deteriorate. The body is going to break down. You're going to get sick. You're going to have illnesses. Your muscles are definitely going to atrophy. Your hormones are going to change. Your eyesight's going to fail you. Your hearing, all these things. And another thing is all those old friends that you used to have that you used to hang with, they're old and gone too. So there's also this mental part of it, like, wow, I'm all alone here. There's also the social stigmata of being old, right? Everybody sees you as that old man or that old woman. Oh, look at that frail old person over there. Oh, have pity on him, or let's take advantage of him, right?
Be careful. Be
Exactly.
careful. Be very careful. Because the
Right.
old folks are the dangerous folks because they've been through stuff and they done seen stuff and they know how to do stuff.
They old for a reason. There's
Exactly.
some
I'm old
90-year.
for a reason.
That's
Yes.
right. I know some 90-year-olds that have killed people with their bare hands. Okay, so
Hmm.
you know,
Hmm.
and then ate a sandwich afterwards. No, they don't care.
Exactly.
So yeah, the cons, right? S- Especially if you're working on on a fixed income, the financial portion of it, right? You're losing money. You can't work as hard as you used to. You can't devote focus a lot of your time and effort as you used to in that world. Maybe you're retired. Maybe you're on a fixed income, things like that. But there's other ways and means, of course, right?
Yeah.
Um, the cons, there's the biggest one is the body failing.
Hmm.
Is
As
That's the
well
biggest
as the
one.
mind.
The body and the mind failing, and
Yes.
eventually, I'm going to say it, death. Right. So we know that we're a little bit closer, right? And we're over that hill. We're going downhill. It's all downhill for here. To
Right.
quote Tribe, it's all downhill from here, right? So, do you enjoy the ride, or do you just fight it tooth and nail all the way? I mean, so the cons, that's the biggest one. The pros, I think the pros outweigh the cons. They really do. The,
I
the,
would
the
agree.
pros absolutely outweigh the cons. For one, there's knowledge, there's wisdom, there's experience. That old adage, that old thing of the two young bulls run down the hill, and I'm not going to go all the way through, but the two young bulls run down the hill and chase around what they can get, while
Right.
the two old bulls casually walk down and get everything. So,
Exactly.
if you know, right? That's a new saying,
Uh,
right? Tag, if you know, right?
right.
Common sense, working smarter, working harder, knowing your limitations. That's what I've had to learn. Is I had a lot of strengths, right? And knowing my limitations, knowing my weaknesses are just as important as knowing my strengths.
Right.
Because I can push myself so far,
Yep.
or I can go over it and have to pay for it later, right? The recovery time is a lot longer.
Yep.
Injury happens faster and sooner. So we have to be smarter when we move, when we work, when we operate, when we do things, when we train, right? So, but that doesn't make us less, less important, less. I think it's more because I understand my
Yeah.
limitation, and I
Yeah.
will strive to make them better,
Yeah.
right? Whereas everybody else working on their strengths, my limitations, my weaknesses might be stronger than their strengths,
Hmm.
just because I've been working at it for so longer, and I have a more in tune understanding of my right knee doesn't work so good, so I take a step back in that in that
Right.
fight, and like what was they never know, right?
Right.
Another good thing is knowing yourself and knowing others,
Yes.
right? That comes from that experience of being with people, being with so many, seeing so many faces, interacting with so many humans, so many things, plants and livestock and animals and dogs and cats and bears and cats and sharks, whatever. We get to know ourselves and know others, and we know their intents. We know their strengths and their weakness. We know the truth, right? And we don't we don't mess around, right? We see it,
Right.
and
Right.
we have discernment, you know um, we have knowledge, we have experience. Like I said, I can't even count how many jobs that I've worked in my lifetime, and
Yeah.
from every job that I've ever worked, I've learned something about that I carry forward into my old age, right?
Hmm. Yep.
um, so the cons outweigh everything. I mean, what about the person? I'm going to call you out there. Where's Assatine 85? She is a freeze drying master. She is
Yeah.
a canning master.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She has been doing it for, I don't know, I'm not going to say how many years, but many decades. Okay. So
Yeah,
She's had failures. She's
yep,
learned from those mistakes. She can freeze dry anything. I know because I've
yep.
tasted it.
Same
So
here. Yes.
how valuable is that? You know,
Mhm.
extremely valuable, extremely. You know,
Right.
and not only that, it's not. Don't even think about what you can and cannot do. It's what you can teach and show others as well. Right? Being old, being uh, an aging prepper, we can teach people.
Yep.
We can show people the way, even if they
Absolutely.
don't want to listen.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
um, the cons. What are some other cons? Or I mean, some pros to
So
being
the
old.
pros are one thing that I've learned to do is slowing down my pace
Mhm.
when I'm doing something. Like if I'm out, cutting wood, splitting wood,
Yep.
I slow down my pace, but I can still be out there 8, 10, 12 hours and
Yep.
still get the job done.
Yeah.
As old Mutt says, in the middle of doing something, I may take more breaks, but I'm going to get a lot more work done than the young one that just barrels into it and off they go because
Right.
I'm working smarter.
Yeah. What you said earlier too, I wanted to touch on that. That
Uh-huh.
excellent time management skills.
Yes,
Excellent, expert. You know, that's the thing, and doing it at your pace, at your own pace, because you know your limitations, you know your strengths, your weaknesses, and you don't want to injure yourself. You know.
correct. And I for the majority of my life, I have claimed I am not a morning person.
Mhm. Right.
Okay. Now I understand what my dad was talking about. I've watched this man for 89 years of his life getting up at 4:30, 5 a.m.
Mhm. Yeah.
Whether he's going to work or if he's doing work around the house on the weekends and getting it done. And then you have the rest of the day to do what you need to do.
Yeah.
So, like for me, when it comes to like I'll just pick a thing, splitting wood. If I have all my wood cut and staged and I'm up before the sun comes up, an hour or so before the sun comes up, I can feed the pups, take them out, do their thing, bring them in the house. Then
Yep.
I can go get the splitter, bring it down. And when the sun is up, I'm working. And by noon, I could have a half a cord or a cord split and ready to be stacked.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've got the rest of the day to do other stuff.
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And from someone that that's been my life for years is 4:30 reveille,
Hmm.
even if I have to go to work at 5:30, 6:30 or whatever, 7:30, getting up at 4:30 and 5:30, having that time to just focus, make some coffee,
Yep.
read something, right? Morning energy is that keen energy. It's a time of quiet reflection, quiet time. It does so much for your soul, and creates a see, that's that wisdom, right? That's that
Yep.
wisdom. When I was in the Marine Corps, we'd wake up at 4:30 in the morning and go stand around in the cold and wait to go PT. And we're like, man, this sucks, right? But we got so much more done before the sun even came up, before the rest of the world even woke up.
Right.
And so that just translated into the work life, in life. You wake up early. Now I've got time to eat a good meal, have some coffee, check my truck and make sure everything is okay. Maybe something happened. Maybe I got a flat tire because somebody, busted pierced my tire. Maybe I got to remove snow. Maybe I got to warm up the car or something. Whereas, I see a lot of people in my work that really, they wake up 30 minutes before they're supposed to be at work, and they run and rush all the way through their morning to get to work on time. They're always like 3 seconds or 3 minutes, just making it. Whereas I've already been there for 15 minutes and chilled and relaxed, and Sun Tzu, the famous tactician, if y'all know who he is. He talks about a concept called emptiness and fullness, and I think the aging prepper is the fullness. When I say that emptiness and fullness, imagine that you're on top of a large hill, and you're an army, right? You're a general, and everybody is well fed. They've been sitting by the fire. They've been relaxing. Everybody's been getting good sleep. Nobody's stressed out for any reason. And then 50 miles away, we see the enemy. The enemy army is coming, and they're running as fast as they can. They're expending all their enemy, rushing. And we're just standing on top of that hill like, I'm waiting. You're going to get tired when you get up here. Guess who's got the advantage? I do, right? Emptiness and fullness. I think that's very, very apropos for this, Sun Tzu, Art of War.
Exactly. And, I have learned that everything doesn't need to be done quickly, but it needs to be done right.
Yeah.
And my dad was a stickler on that. He was like, why are you rushing through this? Because if it's wrong, you have to come back and do it again.
Yeah.
So, I'm as getting older, I'm hearing that and understanding it, and I'm trying to influence our children to do the same. You do it right the first time, you don't have to come back to it.
Yeah.
And I will say this, y'all. The COO has left the building, and me and the boys are left to our own demise.
Uh-oh.
And believe it or not, I gotta pour my own coffee, and you can listen, but it just isn't what it is, and this is about all you're gonna hear. So there you go. Skull. Oh, but the coffee is good. But yeah, I've learned and I've watched one of my mentors and other folks, they make things called carts.
Yeah, I've heard of this.
That you can pull behind anything with a motor on it. And I'm like, why you got that? And I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
When I need the log splitter, what do? Hook it up to the back of one of my mowers, and off we go to wherever we need to do it. And I'm trying to do things a lot simpler to accomplish the same work.
Yeah. Yeah, that comes with the experience, the knowledge. You swung that awl, you swung that maul, that axe.
Yeah.
You broke your back. You've got the calluses on your hands to prove it. So I mean, from this day and now this day, you got a log splitter.
Yeah.
You're like, you push a button.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I pull a lever and let it do the work. Yeah.
Mechanical advantage, right? Common sense is it's not common when you're young, right? It becomes more commonplace when you get older, right? So an aging prepper, that's what we go through. We're like, well, this makes sense, this doesn't, so why do that? There are other reasons why you would do some kind of physical labor, i.e., keep yourself in shape. By the way, spoiler alert, if you want to be an aging prepper, you want to be someone old, you got to just keep moving. keep going, do something, right?
Yep.
Keep pushing yourself. Never slow down, never grow old.
Exactly.
The time that you stop is the time that you die. That's when you begin to start dying, right?
Yep. You got to
I just
keep
wanted to
moving.
say that you got to keep moving, got to keep your mind sharp. You know, playing. I play a lot of chess. I mental chess just about everything.
Mhm.
You know, but it's keep, and learning. We can continuously learn things. You know,
Yep.
continuously learn things. There's something else I wanted to talk about too. Is that
Yep.
the mental state of an aging prepper, right?
Yes.
Seen it all, been there, done that. Got the T-shirt, the hat, the belt loops, the keychains, right? What you got the little shot glasses, you got the little Christmas tree ornaments, right? From all over the world, all your experiences, right? That just goes right into your trick bag, your little bag of tricks, right?
Yep.
Uh, and we also know about the dealing of how to deal with loss, how to
Mhm.
deal with you know people that leave our lives or even things that people shouldn't be seeing.
Right.
That's the thing as well, right? So I having experience and having being able to console others and not be phased by that as well, because we've put other people in the ground or we've seen
Yep.
other calamities, right? So it's not the first time for us, right? And
Right.
we can be the calmest, smartest person in the room when the whole room goes kablooey, right?
Yep.
When the shift hits the fan, so to speak, right? So
Yep.
uh, we know that sitting back in the cut and watching everything, then we can make our determination
Mhm.
and make our movement our move other than the person that fools rush in kind of thing. So
Right.
that's what I've had to learn because I've always been that fools rush in. I've
Yeah.
always been head first, into anything I do.
Yep.
Some things now there's also discernment, right? Some things that's needed immediate action, right? So some immediate
Yeah.
action is needed in certain circumstances, but I've learned most of the time if you just sit back, step back, look at everything, take it all in, and just kind of process it, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Whereas everybody else is like, I don't know what to do.
Right. And that's same with me. And I've had to learn, you know, to be that guy that is quick to listen and slow to speak.
Mhm.
And I learned that from my dad because I was like you. I was that guy. I'm okay, yeah, And my dad's thing was just sitting back. He hadn't said a word. He is listening and analyzing and problem solving before he ever said a single word.
Mm.
And um, you know, ferocious. Welcome in. Good evening. That is, one of the things that I have learned, and I am that guy. My wife will come, COO come running in here. And my first response to her to get her to calm down and take a moment is, okay, and then go quiet. And I'm
Yep.
listening and trying to piece it together. And I'm going to ask pertinent questions. And then I'm going to say, okay, well, what would you like me to do? You
How
know,
can I?
and go from there. Have a good evening, Loretta. Thank you for stopping in, sister. Be
Mm.
safe. Enjoy your
Okay,
Thursday
Lorraine.
skull. So, and the one thing that I can say and see, um, prime example, equipment, especially stuff you got to push around or pull or whatever. If it has wheels, you know, it does make it easier if the wheels are bigger.
Yeah.
I had my billy goat, my push behind leaf blower. That thing will blow the shingles off a house. right after right after I acquired the property, one of the wheels was already
Yardbirds.
destroyed and uh, needed a new one. So I kept putting air in it, filling it up, you know, and then it would go flat, filling it up, and I was like, you know what? Okay, I concede. Took it around to my local Ace Hardware, which those guys are fantastic. I said, I need a new tire on here. And my guy over there looked at me and he said, would you like the same tire or would you like larger tires? I said, would a larger tire make it easier? He said, absolutely. This is an older guy, older than me.
Mm-hmm.
I said, put larger tires on. And he did. And that made the world of difference.
Wow.
Although it wasn't bad pushing it, it just made it easier.
Yeah.
So, yeah. DC Douglas, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. Welcome in. I saw somebody else.
Tuck.
Tuck, Teresa, all of y'all. Welcomes in. Come in, sit down.
Boom.
Aging preppers. We're talking about us aging preppers and what we do. So, I've learned that.
Mm-hmm.
When we bought the property, we were gifted with the property a mower, the log splitter, chainsaws, all this other stuff to take care of the property. And I was like, okay, I got 2 riders. What do I need 2 riders for? Young me was saying that.
Right.
Older me was saying, well, you take the oldest of the 2, and that is your hauling around stuff mower.
That's your beater. Yep.
Yeah. And they both have, the balls on the back of them to drop, the haul stuff. So I can hook up the log splitter to it. I can hook up a cart to it. And, if I need to drag something out of the woods, I can wrap it around that and pull it out versus, trying to drag it out myself and all this other stuff. And those are the things we have to do as we get older.
Yeah.
You know?
Help. Mechanical advantage. Another thing that aging preppers, which we should be good at, is not being afraid to ask for help.
Yes.
You said you employ the services of your man child
Yes.
from time to time.
Yep.
That's the thing too. In asking for advice from your local hardware store. Hey, bigger tires make things easier. Really? Oh, right. So people that are willing and able and capable of helping you, is very important. And getting out there and being, getting socialized, right? Making friends, sacrificing yourself, helping people, right? Helping people, being of service, even in your old age, because we have a lot of knowledge, we have a lot of skills, and so how many coaches out there do you see that are 21 years old? No, they're older, right?
Yeah.
They have knowledge. They've been there, done that. They've popped their shoulder out of place when they were hitting somebody in football. They've twisted their ankle. They know how it works, right? So they can run you through it, right? They know the plays that work and what don't work. They know your strengths and weaknesses. They analyze everything. So be that guy or that girl and get out there and be of help, be of service, and you'd be surprised when you need help. Guess what? They'll be there.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly. Prime example. You guys, we were talking the other night in a group chat about, I said, look, I got all these down trees that need to be something done with them. And I got a whole bunch of trees that they need to be cut and split and stacked, and the professor was like, okay, you want me to come down this weekend? I was like, no, because, we got 13 inches of snow on the ground right now.
right.
So I'm not, it's hard for me to ask for help. Okay, first
Yep.
of all, because
I know.
I'm that guy.
Me too.
But
Yep.
I've learned, because I know a guy for anything and everything that I need, that I will call in a heartbeat. And that allows me not only to fellowship and ask for help, but to, get stuff done.
Yep.
We got to be able to ask for help sometimes, no matter what it is. And as we get older, like my mom, for example, all she has to do is pick up the phone. Hey, I need this, this, and this done. Okay, mom, when would you like it done? This is when I can be there, you know. And
Right.
I don't even hesitate. I just go and I show up, and depending on what it is, I'll take the man child with me, or I'll do it myself, or I'll also call my brother and say, hey, can you meet me at mom's? We got to take care of this.
Yep. Right on.
Yeah.
And there's people that want to help. There's people that need to help.
Yes.
Especially when you're getting older. That's the thing, we get into that trap of, oh, I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to involve, this and that. I don't want to trouble anybody. Some of these people want to be troubled. Some of these people want to help. Okay. And that's willing and capable, right? That doesn't mean that like you call them every day to wash your dishes and do your laundry, right?
Right.
Maybe if you like, you're laid up in bed or something, but
Right.
um,
Yeah. She said, I help them, but they don't help me. And she said, just me knowing the type of person you are, that may be okay. Because that's with me. There's plenty of people I help that I know they're not going to help me. But
right.
that's okay, because I'm that guy.
Yep.
I've been that guy in our family forever, that they call me because they know I get stuff done, whether good, bad, or indifferent. And that's okay. But I've also learned the most powerful word on the planet is no.
No. Yep. It's a great
which,
word.
which I am invoking more, believe it or not. Like, nope, can't do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It
Now,
reminds me of something that. Okay, go ahead.
the one person, and I work very hard at this, to never say no to, is the COO.
Mm, right.
And I never tell my mom no, because she brought me into the world.
Yep.
And but the COO, if she asks for something or do something, I don't tell her no. I try not to. If it is in my means and my reach and my grasp to do it, it gets done. Period. Um, but as an aging prepper, I will say this: we forget stuff too.
Yeah. I learned to write things down, make
Yes,
notes.
yes. My dad was the king. Okay, Cole. Okay, dude, you're shaking the table.
Cold quake.
You're shaking the table. Stop. Stop. Okay. You can go do that somewhere else, not against my table. Okay. Thank you. Um.
Along with these readers, I have a pen and a pad, right? And I
Oh,
just we're
stop.
experiencing a cold quake, everyone.
Golly. Lay down. So, my dad used to have sticky notes, yellow sticky notes all over the place. And I'm sitting
Oh
here
my god.
thinking, oh, my
Yep.
dad is losing his memory. He can't remember stuff. Scott, thank you for the gift.
Hey,
Membership. You're
oh,
awesome. And whoever grabbed it, oh, medal for breakfast. Good to see you.
skull,
Skull.
skull. I see blue
Oh,
butterflies in
here I
there. Oh, dog.
Yeah.
Yep.
So here I'm thinking we okay, we got to bring the family together. Dad's losing his mind. And so I asked him, I said, Dad, are you forgetting stuff? He said, no. These are priorities, and I need to keep them in front of me so I
Mhm.
don't get them and get them done.
Yep.
And he said, when they're done, I just pick it up, ball it up, and throw it away. I was
Yep.
like, oh man, that's wise. That's wisdom. So I try to make lists.
Yep.
Hence, Cole, stop it, or you're going to have
I
to
got
move.
my notes. I got my whiteboard. You know,
Yeah,
I do a lot of things on the whiteboard. Of course, not just trial by act, which is coming, folks. I swear. Give it time.
yeah. We'll see.
Patience. That's another thing about aging preppers, right? We learn patience. We have patience.
Yes.
You know, I know somebody that it took them 15 years to build a house. You know,
Mm-hmm.
brick by brick, nail by nail. He worked his job, and he came home, and at first he lived in a tent, and when he didn't have a roof, he just had walls. And he lived and cooked in his house, right? But after 15 years, he had a house.
Right,
He paid for himself, and he built himself.
right,
Something has to be said about that, right? So,
right, exactly. And for all the new folks and all the people that just came in, I do want to say thank you for joining us. The professor and myself are talking about aging preppers, what we do.
yep,
And it's amazing the things that I've learned that have allowed me to work smarter, not harder. You
yeah,
know, and I don't rely on a lot of air quotes technology. I just rely on stuff that works.
yeah,
Whether it would be, something with bigger wheels, bigger tires. Right,
right.
old man?
Oh,
Yeah,
but
right, right. I don't need a list. I have a wife. I got one of them too. Yes, you're absolutely correct.
right. I see a point.
Yeah, but you know, I get stuff done. I plan my days.
Hmm.
You know, the weekends, and that's another reason why I haven't really been able to do a lot of coffee talks on Saturday mornings, because that's prime time outside of working a job Monday through Friday that I can get stuff done around the house.
Yeah.
And summer is coming, believe it or not, folks. Spring will be here. There I told the COO, I said, look, if I can't get any help in the garden this coming year, it's going to be smaller.
Wow.
Because if you look out in our back, you see all them big old things that are laying on the ground. I got to do something with them.
Hey, give me a call. Let's
See?
go.
See? And I told her, I said, the guys are coming down and we're gonna spend a weekend cleaning up the woods, cutting trees, splitting wood, dragging trees, doing whatever we can to get some of this cleared and in some type of fashion.
What better way to hang out with your friends and bond with
Exactly.
everybody than to work
Yeah,
with each other?
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, a mag should be doing that. A mag should be working together.
Right.
So yeah.
So
Another thing I wanted to. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go. I was just gonna say that's what family does.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep. Ohio family. Boom.
yeah,
Uh, Another thing I wanted to touch on with aging preppers is, of course, as we age, we have to prep certain things, right?
yes.
I prep these. I've got right now I can see three of these. In my I got one in every bag. I got one in just about every pocket of every pair of pants that I have. Right? There's one in the car. There's one in the truck. There's I got to have these everywhere. So I know that my eyes are going, and so we have to prep certain things, medications, right? Uh, maybe you're disabled and you have certain things that you got to have, to get around. We get colder, so a lot more clothing. We have to be smarter with our clothing, right?
Yep.
We know that we have certain needs and limitations, right? Um, whatever the case may be, whatever it is that you need throughout the course of your survival,
Yeah.
long-term survival.
Yes.
Whether that is stockpiling the medication that you're going to need,
Right.
or looking at other holistic ways to deal with that, or getting those elective surgeries now beforehand, right? Get your
Yes.
knee fixed, get your LASIK surgery fixed, get your your hearing aid stuff and all your batteries and all those things, right? Stockpiled and ready to go, right? So you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
It's
For
there.
those that have medications that they're on and take, either stockpile it, find some alternatives, because there's going to be a point when you can no longer get it.
Yep.
And we as we get older, there's things you can do also that will allow you not to have to need those medications anymore.
Yeah. And that's the aging healthy prepper, right?
Yeah.
Staying away from sugar, right? Get off of sugars. Eat meat, eat protein,
Yep.
eat your cholesterol, eat your butter, right?
Yep.
Eat your eggs, eat your Brussels sprouts, eat your broccoli,
Yeah.
eat your spinach. All these things that we got yelled at for a kid as kids. You got to eat your spinach. It's very important nowadays. The older you get, we
Yeah.
need that nutrition. We need that. Of course, I'm a proud sponsor. They're not sponsoring, but I'm supplementing because it's really hard to get anything that you need, everything that you need from food. So I supplement, and
Right.
Black Forest supplements. I call it my super serum. I'm on that testosterone. I'm on that NMN, Tungat Ali. I'm on that longevity coffee, those cocoa flavanols. These things will help you throughout the course of your day and longevity wise.
Yes.
Well, I'm 52. I used to be a heavy drinker. I am a fairly heavy smoker. I pack every 2 days, and I've never had a heart attack ever.
Right.
I've never had any kind of heart conditions. None of that. I don't have insulin. I don't need sugar. I don't have sugar problems. I don't have any of that, and it's because I stay active and I eat fairly right. You
Yep.
know, and I take my supplements and it's also self-care too, right? Recovery time, knowing how to recover,
Yep.
know how to recuperate, and having reflection time. I mean, I'm known for my Sunday reflections, right? I
Yep.
set and don't move, don't think, and set. It's harder
Yeah.
than it think. It's harder than it looks. If you can set and not move and not think for 30 minutes,
Yep.
wow.
Game
I bet
changer.
yeah, it's amazing what happens to your mind, to your body. It's like
Yeah.
taking a nap in the middle of the day, but you didn't sleep. You know, so the mental preparedness. Of course, I dabble in some qigong and some tai chi and a little bit of kung fu and stuff, but that's neither here nor there. Uh, Being stoic, looking at these old traditional values and the masters, that were before us, and understanding how our ancestors, dealt with aging and the aging process. You don't have to put yourself on the iceberg and float away. You can
Right.
still be viable. You can still be a force of nature because you are. Right.
Right.
I'm old for a reason. Right. I'm
Yeah,
old for a
that's
reason.
why you hear me say that all the time. I'm
I
old
know.
for a reason. And one thing I would
No
tell
brand new
y'all,
silver. Right.
them gardens and things y'all growing and everybody's proud of. I hope you're eating what you're growing,
Mhm. Right.
because what's in the stores, I think they're trying to poison us.
Right. And that's the other advantage,
Allegedly.
the other pros of being an aging prepper is we see what's coming.
Yeah.
We know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right. We see the calamities that are we see the fall of Rome before it happens. We know, we know from experience, and a lot of us are have been students of history for all our lives, you know.
Yep.
So
And I'm that guy. I eat sweets. And these guys can contest to that. The
chocolate cake,
CO,
chocolate milk, yes,
the
and yeah,
COO
like I said, recovery, chocolate milk for the win. That's
chocolate milk
always been
to the
my
win for
yeah,
recovery.
yeah.
Absolutely. All day,
That's my
every day.
hardcore recovery. If I'm really hurting and I'm down, I'm beat up.
Yep.
A half gallon of chocolate milk, baby. Let's
Half
go.
gallon of chocolate milk. Yes. The COO makes, our man child comes over, and the first thing he does when he looks and walks into the house, he goes in the kitchen and he's looking. Doesn't say a word. He's just looking. I know what he's looking for,
Mhm. Right?
because he's looking for the sweets or the cake or the pie, and he's not that kid. Okay, he's an athlete who volunteered during high school when he was playing football to cut out all sweets and sugars. I have not seen him drink a soda in probably 5 years.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's a knowing your diet, getting off certain things, and it's all different for everybody. For me, I learned the 10 bad foods.
Yep.
I cut out sodas, glutens, all that stuff, and it changed my life.
Yep.
Yeah, right, Jay Creature.
Yeah.
That's the
And
thing,
but my thing is, my doctor laughs at me because I have a fast metabolism.
right?
And he tried to tell me some 30 years ago, you just wait. It's going to slow down. And when I had my physical this year, I said, did it slow down? He laughed. He said, it is not going to slow down, you know? And he said, I wish I had more patients like you. Every time I have a physical, that's the only time he sees me. I'm there 15 minutes and out the door.
Wow. Yeah,
And
I scare
thank
everybody
God.
with my. I have super high cholesterol because I want to have super high cholesterol,
Yes, that's
and
what
they get
the brain
scared.
functions with. The brain needs cholesterol.
Right. All your connection, all your muscle to bone connections are made out of cholesterol. Your nerve endings are made out of cholesterol. Your eyes, all these things, a lot of things connecting tissues, your brain, everything needs high levels of cholesterol. We ate cholesterol for a better part of our time in the past. Eggs
Yeah.
and butter. I mean, that's all you had.
Yep. And one of the greatest things, and this may not, I don't know how many of y'all do it, but for me, making our own butter
Oh yeah, and you
is
shared some of that with me. I love that was great.
that
Yeah,
is absolutely a game changer for me. I love doing it.
right. Oops, calcium. Uh, Thing I learned is cutting down inflammation. Getting off the oils. You
Yep.
know, cut out olive oils, cut all that stuff. And I feel so much better.
Yeah.
That's
Vegetable
like I
oil.
said. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor, but I just know what works for me.
Right.
Right.
And I'm like you. For we cut out all vegetable oils and
Feel that.
grain oils. We use avocado oil and um, olive oil. That's it. Every
Yeah.
now and again, when I want to do a deep fried turkey, I'll pull out the peanut oil because of the flash point and do what I do.
I mean, that's
But
that's that's the I stay off the oils, all of it.
right,
The only
yeah,
oil I actually really use for anything is coconut oil or
coconut oil, right?
organic coconut oil and whatever.
Same here. But
Okay, Dana. So Dana, let's prep. Okay, what I know, right, and this is my opinion, right, and what I've learned from my research and what my
yeah,
experience is, and so I am old, is that there is only one type of cholesterol.
yes,
That's only one, just one. See,
yes,
the doctors, and they don't know how to make you healthy. All they know
right.
is how to fix you. So,
Or treat
you know,
you. They don't
right?
fix nothing. They
Yeah,
treat.
they are not preventive medicine. There's no
Yeah.
such thing.
And if
You,
you go
yeah.
ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
And recently, they, the medical association, whoever, have come out and raised what the typical person's cholesterol should be.
Mhm.
But if you talk and do your research, we should be having a higher cholesterol
Yeah.
because that is what is all around your brain
Yeah.
is cholesterol, and it needs it.
Your veins and your arteries are made out of cholesterol. Your organs need cholesterol or they shut down, right? So salt, cholesterol, all good stuff for you, right? I get it. I get it. You know, we
We've been
Western
blind.
medicine is just now trying to figure this out.
Yes. Yeah. And Aston Team, good to see you, by the way.
Yes, team was just
That's
talking about
honey
you.
butter. Right, delicious. Try making honey butter. Mix about a tablespoon in with the stick. Oh my God.
Yep, I love doing that. Yep.
You just did a game changer for me because I'm making butter between now and
Oh,
Sunday,
very
and
silly tree.
I'm gonna put some raw honey in it. Thank you for that,
It's so good.
Aston Team.
It changes it too. It if you put it on a bread or biscuit,
Yeah,
you'll see the difference, and you'll obviously taste the difference. Woo, it's good stuff.
game
Yes, sir.
changer. See, we all learn together. But
Yep.
yes, cholesterol, um, should be what they say high. When they say your cholesterol is high, I'm not a doctor and I'm not giving medical advice, YouTube. High cholesterol is normal cholesterol and what it should be.
Yeah, yeah.
And
There's really no such thing as high cholesterol because your body gets rid of it. Your body uses it. You know,
correct.
it's one of the. It doesn't turn to fat. It doesn't clog your arteries. It you know it and I have like low. I wouldn't say low metabolism. I probably got a higher than normal metabolism, but I have a lower blood pressure, so I can push myself further. Right, I can do run marathons, shit like that, and whatever. Uh, but I have always kept myself at a high cholesterol level and been able to push myself harder and faster than anybody else because of my high cholesterol and my
Yes.
recovery. Yeah.
Dave Colley, thank you for the donation. Y'all
So
know I will never, ever, not never ask for money because I just won't. That's me. But every single penny and dime go right back into the channel to bring y'all amazing content, events, and stuff. And David, you didn't have to, but you did. And I appreciate it. And thank you, Skull. And he said, the more we refine our food, the sicker we get. You're right. The more
yeah,
chemicals and pesticides and
yep,
preservatives and other junk and crap they put in our food, the sicker we get,
yep.
the shorter we will live
Renaissance grandma.
and not be able to figure out technically what's making us sick. And it is the food. So,
Yep.
again, David, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that, my brother. But y'all, I'm to the point where, if we can't grow it, make it, or find somebody who butchers it, we don't eat it. Now, you're looking at a guy here that eats sweets. Okay. That is my Achilles heel, which I have to do in moderation because the COO will tell
Right,
you,
right.
she makes banana pudding and it's all out of salt war
Yeah, that's good stuff.
because
Yeah.
I can eat the whole pan. Our man child wants to take half of it home with him to eat. I'm like, nah, bruh, nah, you get a bowl, and I'm going to stand here and watch. So,
Yeah.
you know, I do, but
Wow, I seen that. I'll see that. It just fell on its own too. What
yeah,
was it?
That was a VFAC.
Wow. Mm. Somebody wants that. Go to visionpreparedness.org and check out his swag shop and get your own IFAC from VP Preparedness. Yep.
Or if you want one to make to what's the word, expedite it, shoot me an email.
That's right. It's already off the shelf. It yeeted itself off the shelf for you.
It did. It yeeted itself off the shelf.
A ghost. Could be.
Daryl said it was a ghost. How you doing, Daryl? Hope you enjoy. You're doing well. But yeah, I'm that thing. I either know a guy or I'm gonna find a guy. Like, Brad was very nice to share with me his guy and his grass-fed cattle, and now we get a half a cow.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. And that's something that we learn, right? That's something we learn. It was. Yeah, it was.
You have one, KP.
If it looks like food, then eat it. If it doesn't look like food, it's probably not food. And we should probably only eat that in moderation.
Right.
They're flying off the shelves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And go like I had nothing to do with it. Yeah. But that's what. Oh man, it's 9:00 already. Good Lord. We're gonna be here. We're gonna stay here and do what we do. That's just it. And to say, as I'm getting older, I'm getting smarter on how I do things and get things done. I no longer shovel snow.
Yeah.
I won't do it. I do our walkway from the lane, the turnaround to the front door, and I'll do the concrete apron going into the garage so the COO can get in and out. But I don't shovel my mom's snow anymore because she got grown grandsons.
Right.
And
strong backs.
Yeah. And I'll put
muscles that need to be worked out.
Yeah. I'll put out the call. Y'all need to go shovel your grandmother's driveway.
Yeah.
I shoveled that driveway my entire life, and me and my brother, and now it's time to pass that job on to y'all. So y'all handle it, and I don't ever want to go over there and not see her driveway shoveled. Plain and simple.
See, that's that aging prepper. Delegation of authority. See, wisdom, knowledge. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Tuck said, if you're burning 6,000 calories a day, a few cookies is actually helpful. Absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
I mean, if I was starving on an island somewhere, of course, I don't know how I would starve on an island. I'd be fishing my ass off. But and out of nowhere came a Snickers bar. We know that Snickers bar is not good for you.
Yeah.
I just might survive a day, right?
Yeah.
I just want to survive the day.
Exactly.
Yeah. And talk about a morale booster,
Right. And like Shad said earlier, moving. You don't have to go to the gym and try to be Arnold Schwarzenegger if you just get out and walk. Do some type of cardio.
Yep.
Get out and walk.
Yeah. I've all my life, I mean, me, give me a stick.
Yeah.
Give me a stick and I'll
walk forever. Yeah.
Hours and hours working out. I mean, it's a workout. It is a workout. Yeah. And that's another thing, pro of being an aging prepper is that we have mastered skills. Mastered skills. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a master at wielding swords and sticks and knives, but I'm up there, right? So, and it's something I do every day. But we master things because we've done them for years.
Yeah.
absolute years. Helping me pay my shelves. I'm taking mental
Absolutely,
notes.
Asantine. Be careful of those that may be doing work in your house or on your property. They're looking and checking everything. Yeah.
Yep.
Now, the one thing, let's get into some good stuff here. As a prepper, the one thing that I had to do, and I did this, and y'all know I've got a issue with backpacks. I've got tons of them, and all of them have gear in them.
Yeah.
There's one right here. This is my mop bag, move on pack with everything on the planet in it that I would need if I have to leave, if we have to leave here for, a week or whatever, and then come back. Guess what, y'all? I took that pack and I dumped it all out.
Mm-hmm.
All the gear that's in there. I separated it out based on two things: need and want.
Yep. Yep.
Cool to
Exactly.
have in
I
the
was going to
pack.
go there.
Yeah,
Yep. See, that's what I'm talking
cool,
about.
cool to
Yeah.
be in the pack, but do I really need it? And that's
Dear.
a thing that I'm learning to do, even with buying stuff.
Right. And so that's been my problem as well. My thing I've been learning is you see my packs. They're
Yes, yeah,
heavy, right? And
yeah,
so getting older, I have to learn, okay, I got to lighten my load here so I don't injure myself
yes,
on the bug out, so I can keep going farther, right? Gotta cut that weight. Gotta cut that weight. Yeah, good night.
yeah,
Hey, naps are awesome.
exactly. So old grouchy guy. It took me a minute to figure out who you were. Good to see you, bruh.
Who's the old grouchy guy?
KY Survival.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah, it took me
Yeah.
a minute. I had to literally go to you. I'm like, who is that? Good to see you, bro. I hope you're doing well. But I like you said, lighten the load. I had to lighten the load in that pack. And I have two more bags I gotta go through and separate the wants and the needs.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
hopefully the wants don't get back in with the needs.
I mean, you know about my taps, my totally awesome pockets. I got
Oh my
15 of them.
God. Yes.
Yeah, I've got 15 of these.
Yeah.
You know, they're currently empty right now because I'm letting the springs go back. I'm doing my maintenance, right? That's the other thing with the age. Now I know maintenance and upkeep. I know that I can only keep rounds in there for so long before I start to get the springs tired. So yeah, I got 15 of those pockets,
Mhm.
and I'm like, well, do I really want to compromise that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm with you. Same. I told you what I was redoing the other day.
Yeah.
And I got down to 6 on the front. And that's it.
Right.
That's it. But we gotta lighten the load, folks.
Yard. Right.
We gotta lighten the load.
We have to. And hey, throw that younger. Yeah. Make cargo pants great again. That's right.
Right. Make cargo pants great again. Exactly. He does. He has totally awesome pockets.
Totally
And
awesome.
in them totally awesome pockets, they are stuffed to the gills with totally awesome gear. Yeah.
Yeah. And see, that's the other thing too. Is I I learned that as well because over time and experience gear, I learned that these things are breakable. They're
Yeah.
extremely breakable. They can
Yeah.
break. And so
Yeah.
I got the best one, right? Cry once, buy once, cry once.
At once. Yeah.
And I know that these are going to last me for a long time. And I have enough of them that if I break one, then I've got some spares. You know,
Yeah.
uh,
Yardbird said just don't load them full capacity. It saves springs. I have yet to see that be true, but
Yeah, I load them to capacity. They're
I
32
do
pointers.
it. If it says 30, I'm
They're
trying to figure
hard.
out how to get 31 in it.
Yep.
If I have
Yep.
to keep it to the side. But yeah, you're right. But
Some mags are like that though. Some mags are like that.
true,
You know.
true. But
Some trans.
I am lightening my loads in my
What?
bags.
Oh, what'd you say? Wait.
Who? When?
Uh,
Where?
oops. Yeah. Oops. They're not plastic. They're carbon fiber.
Right.
Yeah.
Carbon
That's
fiber.
right.
Right. Carbon
Extremely
fiber.
durable.
Carbon
Extremely
fiber.
durable.
Yes. But
Anyway, go ahead.
I'm looking at I have to I'm gonna tell him myself there is a want that is sitting on that table, and it actually turned into a need. It was a need, and when I saw it, I wanted it, and just to without
Oops.
saying exactly what it is, Ghost has one because when I first put it out to the group, y'all were like, what? And then Ghost sent me a picture. He got one. And it is absolutely awesome. And Ghost show Shad what it is. And that
Yep.
is going on something in the upside down position because it's needed there. And I'm going to leave it at that.
All right.
But,
And that's what's up, Chuck. I mean, and that's the thing too is customizing for your use and for others' use as well, right? So,
exactly.
that's what I've learned over time. In uniformity, right? Uniformity yet customization.
For the win.
Yep.
Yeah. And, as we get older, we got to get smarter, folks.
Keep eating.
I can
Yep.
still, walk a long, 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 long distance.
Yep. Miles
And
to
I
go
can,
before I sleep.
yeah, and I can run a pretty good distance. Can't run as far as I used to, but I can get there by walking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lily said, chiropractor said the big bags and purses create
Oh,
posture
yeah.
issues in
Sure.
how we age. Absolutely. Sooner or later, you're going to be slumped over.
I was a grunt. Yeah, I carried 120 pounds for 4 years.
There it is.
But it's also it's a gym on your back. You know,
Yes.
it is. It's a gym on your back.
Yes. By the way, folks, if you have not yet, please do me two huge favors, kind sir, kind ma'am. Hit that like button if you have not. And if you don't mind, share this out, please, because the prepping community needs to hear this. We are aging, believe it or not. Y'all are older than you were 40 minutes ago. Matter
Tired
of
of my
fact, 35 seconds ago.
I'm
And,
really tired.
you know, after the live stream's over, come back and leave a comment, please, because that helps the algorithm, that helps the channel, and because YouTube does not like truth tellers, let alone the prepping community, unless it's AI. And I can guarantee you, neither one of us up here are AI today. So share it out and all that good stuff. Chance, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, my friend.
Yes.
Michael Wolf is in the building as well. And everybody else that I personally
Y'all are
did
great.
not speak to, I do want to say thank you guys for joining us tonight. And we've gone long because this is a topic that's needed.
Yeah.
And as we age, we can do it two ways: the graceful way or the hard luck way.
Mhm.
You take your pick. I want to age gracefully. I am confessing and telling y'all right now, this guy is hitting triple digits before I check out.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah,
Never slow down, never grow old, right?
that's
That's what it
it.
is. That's what it's all about. And lose a few pounds. Lose a
Yeah,
few pounds.
yeah,
Just a few, right?
couple.
Yeah. Get
Yeah,
out there and do something. Get out there
yeah.
and do something, whatever it is.
Appreciate that, L Dog. Oh, and by the way, for all of my winners, I have not forgotten about you. I just have a grudge against the post office, which I will be confronting them and dealing with it so all of y'all can get your prizes. Plain and simple. So they're coming. I
So,
know for a fact that the older I get, the not so hard I want to work to accomplish stuff.
mhm.
Now, I will say this, in the COO, that is the love of my life. When I'm out doing whatever on the property, whether it's cutting grass, just whatever, in the summertime, and I'm out there for an extended amount of time, here she comes. Bottles of water in hand. She hands me one and she says, "Drink that." And she just stands there. She will not leave until I finish drinking that first bottle of water.
That's great.
We'll
That's
have
great.
that conversation. We have a conversation. I'm drinking water and we'll talk, and then she'll say, okay. She'll take the empty bottle and hand me two more. She said, keep these out here and drink those as well.
Mm,
And
great.
all of that good stuff. So, she makes sure that I stay hydrated.
Yep, she's looking out for you.
Yes. Yeah. But folks, as we age, we got to do things smarter. I was watching, I can't remember where it was, but it was Old Mutt in his garden. And if I'm not mistaken, he's got this little thing he sits on as he's working in his raised beds. I think it's on wheels. And he can sit there and just move his feet and scoot along. And I was like, holy crap, he just put up an awesome cheat code.
Cheat codes.
Cheat
That's
code.
great.
So, stuff like that. When you're, and ladies, y'all, I've seen this. Y'all probably do this. If you're digging in the ground and working, you got a nice little mat laying there and you're kneeling on the mat working in the garden. I was like, man, that's a pretty good idea. But,
Yeah, I mean, it's I mean, kind of, we kind of don't do that because of man code. You
correct.
know, it's
Correct.
it's like, don't
Yeah.
want to be that guy, but hey, it does work. Yep.
Yeah. How
I,
many?
I keep a I keep an ISO mat. I cut it and I keep it in my car just so I can put my knee on the concrete and change my tire.
Exactly.
Right?
How many of
So
us guys, if you're out working and you're going to be on your knees, how many of us wear knee pads now?
Mm.
Yeah. Rob B, good to see you, bro. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, knee pads.
Yep. I keep one
They're
knee
not
pad in the
they're not just for self-defense.
car. That's right. Knee preservation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But folks, we talked a lot about it, but it's our reality. We're aging. I don't care how old you are. Some of y'all haven't even made it to the top of the hill yet.
Hmm.
Some of us have made it to the top and on the downslide.
It's all downhill from here.
It's all downhill from here.
Boom. Wow.
David, unfortunately, I smoked just like Mad Shad does. Ended up with lung cancer twice. By the grace of God, my docs at the VA caught it, but the chemo they gave me afterwards attacked my nerves. Now I'm in a chair in replanning gear. Well, David, again, thank you for the donation. You did not have to, my
Oh,
brother. You didn't have to. Skull.
mm.
but I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad now you're replanning your gear and what you do.
For you, Rob.
God.
That's right. Bonesy here. All right. Real quick.
And yeah,
Yeah. I didn't mean to just derail you there, but
you're fine.
they call
But
for bones.
as we get older, we and things happen. Life is not going to stop lifing, folks. And as a prepper, like David just said, his issue, and here's what he's doing now. We got to be able to pivot and continue doing what we do. We got to figure it out one way or another. And that's how you survive. And not only survive, but that's also how you thrive in what you do.
Another quick saying is being comfortable. Being comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yes.
You know, that comes with aging as well. You know,
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what we got to do, folks. And that's what it takes. And that's okay. Because life is not going to stop lifing. And as a prepper, believe it or not, y'all, we look and see around curves. Because the world is always throwing shenanigans, turmoilcy, and mayhemicness at us. And we got to stay ahead of that curve.
to you, Holly.
Stealing Tree said, everyone, please keep Holly and her family in your prayers. Her family is going through a lot right now. Absolutely. I've been praying for Holly and her husband and the family. And if it is what I think it is, she's definitely in my prayers. For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But with that, we've been here almost an hour and a half. And again, I want to thank everybody for joining us. Professor, closing thoughts and remarks.
Never slow down, never grow. Don't give up. Don't give in. Don't sit down. Keep moving.
Absolutely. God bless you,
Keep
Lily.
prepping.
Thank you for joining us. Right. And that's just it. Never slow down, folks. Oh,
Continue to
Mike
train, continue to prep.
or Dave. Again, their membership. Thank you for your membership, David. You
Awesome.
rock. You're awesome. But folks, don't give up. And here's my parting words. And I say this at the end of every live stream. And I want y'all to know I mean this with my whole chest because it's true. Okay? Keep on prepping because your family is depending on you. And it depends on your life. It doesn't get no more realer than that, folks.
Boom.
Have an amazing evening. Thank you for joining us. God bless everybody. Keep on prepping, and we will see you in the next video. Pop smoke.
Let's go.
The time is now.